Greetings, 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 greetings. Wow, go on, brethren. What's good? What's good? Happy sunrise to each and every one of you. Let me just make sure I have audio on Facebook. Give me a second, please. Happy sunrise to each and every one. Yep, I got audio on Facebook. Alrighty then. All right, so I'm about to do a quick little build. I'm not gonna be on here for long, I promise. Um, So I'm just going to give you guys a couple of minutes just to chime in and we'll get this thing started. Hope everybody's having an amazing 24 so far. And I wish you an amazing sunrise. You know what I mean? First, let me just take this time to acknowledge our ancestors, give thanks to them, acknowledging all of them. But me, I always glorify and the righteous ones. You dig? You dig? You dig? All right. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Go ahead and type that in the comments. Let me give you a shout out for those of you that's logging on right now. Some of you may be at work, sleep, whatever the case is. But once you log on, let me know where you at, and I'll give you a shout out. Okay. Boom. Big up to the Facebook crew. Big up to the YouTube crew. Man, where everybody at? Everybody sleep or what? Or everybody distracted? What's going on? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you could hear me, please. Let me know if you could hear me, please. All right. I need a little feedback. Okay. So, all right. What's going on, Lineage? What's going on? Texas. We got Arlington, Texas in the building. My brother Lee, what's going on? Okay, who else we got in the building? Where you logging in from? As you can see, the title of the video, I said it 7 months ago. Now I'm here. Let me see. I said it 7 months ago. Now here I am. Now with. Anyway, I kind of said that twice. I'm gonna have to edit that and correct that. All right. So if the title doesn't make sense, then it's all good. What's going on? D Reels 93. What's good? All right. So basically the title of this video is I said it 7 months ago. Here I am again now with a message to all so-called illegal aliens. All right. But I'm gonna go ahead and play a quick snippet of the video that I did 7 months ago. Like I told y'all before, I'm always on point. All right, because I see those things coming. They're always shown to me, and I bring them to you. Okay. Now, with all that being said, before I get into all this, right, I strongly suggest that we, the Americans, and when I say we, the Americans, there's only one American. All right, and that's the original people of the land. Everybody else who came here, all right, calling themselves Americans, they're not Americans. All right. Joe Biden, Trump, they're not Americans. All the people in the White House right now, they're not Americans. They are United States citizens. Okay. They are so-called, they are all natives. Even Trump is a native. All right. Joe Biden is a native. Now you may ask, well, Chief, what are you talking about? Let me explain this to you before I get into the meat of this video. There's only one American. I'm going to keep repeating that. And that one American is the so-called aboriginals. And I'm saying so-called aboriginal because an aboriginal means to be away from the original when we really put the word down in its proper context, because I'm a wordsmith. I like to break words down because ab means from, away from. Okay, the original. And I'm just going to be honest. I've used that word in the past to describe myself and us. Okay, but one thing with learning and growing and seeking, all right, whenever you learn the truth, you have to update the information that you spoke of in the past. That shows your growth. Okay, that shows your growth. Ab means away from. Okay. So even with, and I've already broken this down in videos, but let me give you a quick example of another breakdown of Abraham or Abraham, right? Ab means to be away from. Ra is the sun god, all right? And Ham was a cult, okay? A lineage of people, a cult that had a certain culture. And the word culture and cult, they are synonymous, they're the same. They have the same foundation. So Abraham means to be to be away from Ra, the worship of sun god Ra. That's what Abraham breaks down to. That's why he had to have a different god than Ra. All right. But anyway, I just want to kind of give you that as a little jewel. You feel me? But when I talk about there's only one American, and it's described, or there's a definition of American in the Noah Webster's 1828 dictionary. And I'm going to paraphrase: the Aboriginals, the original natives, the inhabitants, the copper-colored races of the Americas found here, all right, found in the Americas by the Europeans, but now the term is being applied to the descendants of the Europeans born in America, hence the natives. Okay, and I'm not just talking about the ones on the reservation that's playing Indians. No, I'm talking about everybody from Europe that came here. They are natives, all of them. Okay, and the goal was to take our birthright. You see, people don't get a lot of this symbolism. Okay, this symbolism. Now, I could even break this down further, but I'm not going to even get into that because some people are just not ready for that. So I'm going to just stick to the surface of the message. Okay? Now, you're going to see a lot of devastation taking place in the Americas, not just in the United States, but it's going to be all over the Americas. And mark my words, what's today's date? Let me see what the date is of today. Today is what's that? Wednesday, November 20th. Okay? And I'm going to do another video and remind you guys of that day. Okay? Because I did a video, my last live that I did, I spoke to y'all about the trumpet. And I took you about 7 years ago when I told you exactly what was going to happen, and it's happening now. That was 7 years ago. I was on point with that. 7 months ago, I did a video, and it's happening now. I'm on point with that. I'm going to prophesy something again right now. Okay? You're going to see a lot of natural disasters, a lot of natural storms, whether it's created by man or not. That's irrelevant. The bottom line is it's going to happen. You're going to see a lot of pestilence, a lot of plagues going to take place. Okay? Why is that? Because we are revisiting the symbolic meaning of Egypt. It is all tied in. Okay? I'll explain to you what I mean by this. Because the original people of the land, the landlords of the land, okay, the higher self of the land, because so many of us are still vibrating in our lower frequencies, because we are not coming together, our people are a stiff-necked people. Mother Nature is going to force these things on us. Once again, whether it's man-made or it's natural, that's irrelevant. The bottom line is there's going to be farming. And mark my words. Again, let me tell you what the date of today is. Wednesday, November 20th. Greetings, my brother Corey. All right. November 20th, Wednesday, 2024. You're going to see a lot of wars. And when I say wars, I'm talking about nature fighting man. You're going to see that. So all over the Americas, you're going to see hurricanes. You're going to see tornadoes. You're going to see fires. Okay, you're going to see all these natural disasters, whether it's implemented by man or not, that's irrelevant. And what's most importantly, you're going to see farming. Okay? Farming, because our people are refusing to come together. They are refusing giving up the false identity, okay? And Mother Nature, our soil, that our motherland, the soil that we are attaching us to, okay, she is reacting. And trust me, she's not going to react in a positive way, because America is never going to be great again unless the original people are restored. I'm going to repeat this. America is never going to be great unless the original people are restored. All these foreign occupiers, all these immigrants. And when I talk about immigrants, I'm talking about, yes, Trump, Biden, and the whole nine, all of them. They are not natural to the land, and they are the ones governing things. They are playing lords of the land. Okay? The nature of the American soil is not going to allow this any longer. And what's going to happen is she is going to start affecting her original children in a way that they are not ready for. Okay, because they are a stiff-necked people. Mark my words. It's going to happen. And I'm going to remind you guys that I told you that on this particular day. And that's why I keep coming and coming and coming and talking to you. Let us unite. Whatever differences you think we have, let's put it at the back of us. Let's deal with it when we get there. We are always going to have differences because we are one body with billions and trillions of characteristics of the same body. It's one body, different energies, different characteristics, different manifestations. We are all within the all. So there's nothing outside the all. So therefore, if everything is within the all, then there's only one manifestation. However, that manifestation has different characteristics in different avatars, in different manifestations. So stop focusing on color of skin. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You dig? However, when the all divided itself, okay, when the all divided itself into all these different characteristics, the all designated different ethnic groups and phenotypes, okay, in different parts of the earth. You feel me? And within the American continent, they put us, the so-called Red Indians, and we know what Red Indian means. We know what Red Indian look like. Red Indian is a chestnut brown. Okay, a golden brown, a penny brown. You feel me? So I'm saying all that to say, all what's happening in the White House, that's a distraction, my brothers and sisters. We have to come together and step up. Is the only way we're going to avoid the disasters that's going to take place. Okay? Because they are playing their part. And their part is to make sure we don't get back in position. They are playing their part. My question to you is, why aren't we playing ours? All right? So let me go ahead and play that video I did 7 months ago, just to show you that your brother Chief is always on point. Let's go ahead and play that, just a quick snippet from the video that I did. And I'll show you the date, because I like to show my receipts. Okay? Let me go ahead and share my screen. It was called The Walking Dead. And our people are the walking dead. They just don't know it, but they are the walking dead. All right? That whole series was based on them. All the episodes was based on them. And I'm saying them because I'm differentiating myself from the walking dead, because I'm not a dead man. I'm a living man. And a lot of people are living, but they're dead. So you have to know the difference. You did? All right, cool. So here we are. Let me just go back just a little. Here we are. Fighting about, whether you wanted to be a slave or a free man. Your civil rights. That's what it was about, the civil rights. About stop being a slave, wanting to be a free man. Guess what? It's 50 years later. People think they won the Civil War. No, so-called black people did not win to win the civil rights. They did not. They lost. So now 50 years, you know why you lost? Because James Brown came on the scene and said that you were black and be proud. So you didn't win anything. But 50 years later is the Jubilee, giving you a chance to do it over again. You hear that? And even 7 months ago, I mentioned the Jubilee again. I'm just telling y'all, man, you see, you're not going to realize, and a lot of people might think, you know, hey, you know what, Chief, you bugging, and, you know, it's ego. No, it's not ego. A lot of you may not realize the prophets that are actually among you. And like I told you before, you're going to learn who I truly am. I told you about it 7 years ago. I mentioned it 7 months ago. I didn't even remember that. And I'm playing the video again from 7 months ago. Let's look at the date. It right here below. 7 months ago. That video only had 153 views, but yet still, I got almost 29,000 views on my channel. So I already know what YouTube is doing with the algorithms. Okay? They don't want those things to go viral, but it's all right though, because who's supposed to get it will get it. So I appreciate love those of you who actually get the message, who get to see my videos. You feel me? Let's listen a little more. That's 7 months ago. All right? Now, here's another movie. Kong versus Godzilla. All right? King Kong versus Godzilla. What does that mean? It means that ultimately it's all about good versus evil. Good versus evil. That's what it is about. The righteous versus the unrighteous. And Kong represents the righteous. Godzilla, G-O-D. Amazingly, why does it have God in Zilla? Godzilla. They're talking about the unrighteous God versus the righteous Kong God. And Kong is going to win because it's about righteousness. If you are not righteous, you're not going to make it. I don't care what color your skin is. You're not going to make it. You have to be righteous. You have to be upright to make it in the land of abundance, in the heaven, the age of Capricorn. So I just wanted to drop this quick little video for y'all. Okay? The Walking Dead was a public service announcement to let you know that you were a slave. It ended 11 seasons. 11 represents Noah, equilibrium, a new man. A new man. Right? And then they gave you the movie Get Out in 2017. Who became president? Trump. Oh my God. The Jubilee. Here I am talking about that 7 months again. All right, let's go. 7 months ago again. Free the slaves. Give them back their inheritance. You missed it. But we're still in the age or the period of the Jubilee. We are in the Platinum Jubilee. All right? And they let you know on notice again, hey, you are still the Walking Dead, but now it's about the ones who live. We are giving you a chance to free yourself. Now, check this trailer out, right? Let me go back. I think I passed it. Check this trailer out. So this right here was the trailer when I'm talking about the Civil War. So I just want to show you so that you could listen and hear what I said 7 months ago as well. I didn't even remember I spoke about the Jubilee 7 months ago as well. Okay. Amazingly, I did it 7 years ago, and I also did it 7 months ago. All right. 7 is a mysterious number. 7 is a high frequency number. All right. Okay. Now let us go into the trailer. I want y'all to really see right now. Let me stop sharing this. Let's go to this trailer right here. And this is exactly what's going to be happening right now. And I told you 7 months ago, I mentioned it in that video. Let us go to the civil rights. And I spoke of the civil rights. But that movie trailer, listen to this, to the trailer, okay? Let us go. Let the screen populate. Here we go.
The war song. I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? We're American. Okay. Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
Listen to this
Okay.
again. Listen to this
Okay.
again.
Okay. Well, you're American. Okay. Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
One more
What?
time.
Well, you're American. Okay. Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
All right. Now, I did this 7 months ago, and you see what's gonna happen. What's happening right now? Okay. So right now, Trump is talking about getting the army, okay, and giving them the authority to literally, I'm talking about the military, to go all over the United States and get illegal aliens, all right, wherever they at, the hunt for illegal aliens, find out if they are Americans. Now, mind you, Trump is not an American. Biden is not an American. You feel me? And a lot of you think that they are United States citizens. And a lot of you think that you're United States citizens, but no. The United States is only within 10-mile radius of Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. Those are the only true United States citizens. If you are born in the District of Columbia. You feel me? So pay attention to what I'm talking to you about here. Pay attention to what I'm teaching you here. When they ask you that question, a black person is not an American. An African American is not an American. But y'all gonna learn the hard way, though. You're gonna learn the hard way. And everything I've been teaching you, like I told you before, it's going to start literally manifesting. So I have a message to all the so-called illegal aliens, and I'm gonna call the countries. All right, I'm gonna call the countries because what I'm gonna do right now is this. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Google real quick, and we're gonna go to all the countries. Okay, all the countries in. Give me 1 second. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna list all the countries in OAS, and that's just OAS. And I've done this before, but that is just OAS. Okay, that's just OAS. There are many more countries, but I'm just going to name those right here because I have a message to all so-called illegal aliens. And all the countries that I call, I have a message for you. Okay? Now, if you are from Antigua and Bermuda, because those are all American countries, OAS. If they were not American countries, they would not be in North America. If they were not American countries, they will not be part of OAS. Now, like I explained to y'all before, there are three kinds of the United States when it comes to the United States of America. Let me break them down to you again because I've done it in the past. Number one, the one that's controlling everything, the what we call the holding company. The holding company is the United States, the US. That is the corporation. As per Title 28, 3002, subsection 15A. That's the holding company. Okay? That's the corporation, a federal corporation. You dig? Which only has jurisdiction within a 10-mile radius of DC. And of course, the territories that they own, St. Thomas, St. John's, Guam, etc., Puerto Rico. All right. Then we have the continental United States of America. Those are the so-called 50 states or 49, whichever. There's a debate, 49, 48, 50, doesn't matter. You get my point. Example, California, New York, Atlanta, etc., I mean, Georgia, etc., etc. All right. Then we have another United States of America, and that is OAS, and it's called Organization of American States. They are all part of the United States of America. It is not the United States. It is not the continental United States of America. However, it is the overall America, where all the countries secretly are united, but you just don't know. Okay, and I've been teaching you that for a few years now. So if you are from Antigua and Bermuda, you are not illegal in the United States if you look like one of a so-called Negro, because we are not Africans. This is our homeland. You are indigenous to this land. All right? And what we have to do, we have to stop the division, the divide and conquer between the so-called United States and the rest of the Americas. We have to stop that ignorance. We have to stop the foolishness, because that's how we lost the battle, through division, through divide and conquer. For those of you who don't know, Haiti ruled one of the biggest empires in the world, including the United States. But a lot of you don't know that history. I'm talking about Haiti. Yes, the little Haiti you see that Clinton and they want to cripple and kill Haiti. Haiti was the biggest empire in the world. The majority of the Olmecs went to Haiti. They did not vanish. Okay, a lot of the Olmecs went to Louisiana. Y'all gonna learn. You feel me? So don't allow the different accents in the Americas make us think that we are different for each other. They taught us to hate each other. When I was growing up in the islands, it was always about, oh, well, the people of course, we would hear about America, right? But they would call the United States America, and they would teach us how to hate our brothers and sisters in so-called America, which everybody think the United States is America, but it's not. But they would teach us how to hate my brothers and sisters here. It was done all over North America, all over South America. They would teach us to hate you. But you see, I knew better. I knew better, because the ancestors put something in me. You dig? You feel me? I appreciate that, Brother Joel Clement. Much respect, brethren. Much respect. You feel me? So they taught us to hate our brothers and sisters in the United States. They taught us that you're lazy. They taught us that you don't like to work. They taught us that you like to be on welfare. They taught us that you like to be on drugs and all you do is gang banging and all of that. That's what we were being taught. But like I said, I knew better. So when I started teaching the truth opposed to the illusion, because the ancestors had already put it in me. You feel me? So now is the time to really let go of this division and realize that we are the same mother, which is the American continent. That's our mama. That's our motherland. Africa is not our motherland. We never been, we never came, and we ain't going, because we were the first and this will be the last. You see, everybody else is coming back home, but we're trying to leave because it's the firstborn. And Pharaoh was trying to kill the firstborn. Like I said, man, a lot of you ain't ready for this. They try to kill the firstborn, but we are too resilient. We are the mother and father. And in the word, it says, honor your mother and father. That's why I know they got to fall, because they're not honoring us. But first, we got to honor ourselves. The mothers and fathers got to have respect for themselves, for the children to have respect for themselves. So here we are. Antigua and Bermuda if you look like a so-called black man, and I'm talking about to the so-called black people, the so-called people in North America, South America that think they're from Africa, you're not. Because it's all a lie. The slave trade happened right here in the Americas because every island was a different country all over the United States. California was a country. New York was a country. Georgia was a country. North Carolina was a country. So when they took a slave from one part to another part, they took them on ships. And that's the slave trade. You feel me? All over the Americas. They took from the United States, shipped them into the islands. They took from the islands, shipped them into the United States. That's what really happened. And that's the truth. That's the facts. I dare anybody to show me evidence otherwise. So if you're from Antigua and Bermuda and you look like a so-called black man, and that's where your people are from, you are not illegal in the United States. It is time we stand up. If you're from Argentina, and I'm not talking, listen, let me just say this real quick. I have sympathy and empathy for everybody, okay? Because the truth of the matter is everybody's coming back home. Because America, the Americas, is home to the entire human race. And when I say human race, I'm talking about human as in the original man, as in Hueman. That's the original human. Then another human had to be created, a monster, which is Human. We are not that. That ain't us. All right. But regardless of whatever the case is, that human is of human. In other words, they all came from us. So we're not going to get into the semantics of that right now. However, I'm talking about the original Americans. All right. And stop confusing the United States with America. So if you are from Antigua and Bermuda, you are American. If you look like a so-called black man or so-called woman, Argentina. And the point I was going to make is you'll see all this Mexican, Ecuadorian, phenotypes. Okay, they look kind of like Asian. They kind of look like the Mexicans, right? Basically, right? Those people are not the original Mexicans. All right? So I'm not saying that they should be kicked out. I'm not saying that. I'm not advocating that. All right, because everybody's looking to, for a better life for their family. I respect it. But my concern right now is my original people. Okay, my original people. That's my concern right now. We got to fix home. We got to take care of each other. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. That's what we need to be focused on right now. We got to fix us. We got to fix our home. We could fix anybody else. And once we become wholesome, then the American soil will start working in our favor once more. Okay? She's going to fight against us if we don't unite. She's going to fight against us if we don't wake the hell up and do something. Okay? And a lot of you are going to look up, and even those of you who lost your faith because you call yourself spiritual, you're going to run right back into religion because you're going to be scared. And religion is not going to save you. No, God is coming to save you because you're going through what you're going through because of your own ways. The seeds that you planted. Only you could fix yourself. Only we could fix us and nobody else. You dig? So Antigua and Bermuda, if you're a so-called black man or woman, you are not an illegal alien in the corporation called the United States. Argentina, if you're a so-called black man or woman, you are not. And all the countries that I'm going to call, okay, all the countries that I'm going to call, I'm referring to the so-called black people. Everybody else, listen, you're going to have to fight your own battles. But we got to save ourselves first. Okay? Then we could save other people. That's just the number one rule in the universe is self-preservation. If you're on a plane and the plane is about, when they read the instructions, the safety instructions, what they tell you, even if you have a baby, when that oxygen mask fall in an emergency, the first person to put that mask on is yourself. Okay, we have the nag and the love in our heart to always want to save everybody else first and forget about ourselves. That's our nature, because we are the mothers and fathers of humanity. They'll tell you Africa, but no, it's not. Africa is the mother and father of the humans, as in Human. But we are the mother and father, original Hueman of man, period. All right? Now, if you're from Barbados and you're a so-called black man or woman and you're in the United States, you are not illegal. Belize, same thing. Bolivia, same thing. Brazil, same thing. Canada, same thing. Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominica, where I was born, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, Grenada, Guatemala, Guyana, Haiti, especially my Haitian brothers and sisters. Okay? Haiti controlled the entire world. Haiti had the biggest empire all over the world. Now, y'all could deny the truth if y'all want, but I'm giving Haiti their props. All what's happening to Haiti, we should have been in an uproar. We should have been shutting everything down because of what they was doing to Haiti. But we just don't know the significance of Haiti. We don't know how much Haiti should mean to us. But I'm telling you right now, okay? Honduras, my Jamaican brothers and sisters, if you are in the United States, you are not illegal. You did. We cannot have these immigrants, these real immigrants, these real foreigners call us immigrants in our own land. If you're from Mexico and you're a so-called black man or woman, you are not an illegal if you're here in the United States. Panama, Paraguay, Peru, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, the Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, if you're in the United States, and that's what we are talking about, Uruguay, Venezuela, okay? And that's just OAS. And we have other countries who are actually in the Americas who are not part of OAS, okay? But you are still in the Americas, all right? Now, let me see something. Let me see if I could pull something up real quick. Let me see. Countries that are not part of OAS but is in the Americas. Let me see how many of them are going to come up. All right, countries in the that ratified. Okay, sure. There should be. Let me see. That are both okay. So you're gonna have to look that up because I'm certainly sure there are other countries. Okay, that's not part of OAS, but they're still in the Americas. All right. But anyway, that's my message for this evening. Okay, that's my message for this evening. You did. So my email is in the link, is in the description. All right. If we have Trump calling you illegal aliens and you are scared, send me an email. I will give you some information. Let you know that you're indigenous. And that is our safety net. That is your safety net. You are indigenous to the Americas. You are an original American. All right? So that's my message in this video. So any one of you that look at this video and you hear this message and you're a little nervous right now because of what Trump is proposing, they're going to start doing in January. Reach out to me. My email is in the link below. It is time for us to come together. It is time for us to unite. and let these people know that we know this is our motherland. We know we're indigenous to this land. You tricked us into making us think we Africans. We ain't Africans. All right? So I said my piece. You see me, I'm going to write for my people. No matter what it cost. Because that's what I came for. I'm not worried about physical death. It's not real. It doesn't exist. All I know is I'm serving my purpose, because once this physical body is gone, I know I will be in good grace with my ancestors. All right? So we know what that means. You did. So I want to thank y'all for being a part of this bill. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here for too long. 40 minutes is long enough. It's long enough. All right? And for those of us who are actually already here in the United States, whether you were born in the US or you're considered legal, I already have something in place. All right? For the unification of us all. Okay? Because I'm telling y'all, man, you're going to see, if we refuse, I'm telling you, how long I've been telling y'all years ago, man, listen, I'm one of the Noahs of today. I've been telling y'all this. Okay? I've been telling y'all this. You're going to see more forest fires, hurricanes, tornadoes. You're going to see, man, listen, if y'all don't get it, man, just watch. Just watch. Just watch. And don't even mention the farming that's going to take place. You're going to see the stores, the food depreciate on the shelves. And it's not like as if, they doing it's going to be intentional. Because when you read the story about Egypt, when Moses was in Egypt, not Moses, Joseph was in Egypt, the allegorical story. When Jacob was in Joseph, what did they do? They went and took all the grain because they knew there was a famine that was going to come for 7 years. The number 7 again. When did I tell you about the Jubilee? 7 years ago. When did I tell you about the Civil War? About the Jubilee? I reminded you again 7 months ago. Now, you think it's a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence. Okay? Everything is happening for a reason, man. You dig? So going back to the story, when the famine was approaching, the Pharaoh, whether he commanded Joseph or not, but anyway, it was agreed upon that they was going to take all the food and store them. So when the famine came, they would have all the food and people would have to come to them. Okay? That's going to happen again. Because we're still under Pharaoh. We are still under Pharaoh. Why? Because God people are a stiff-necked people. What Pharaoh means? What does Egypt means? Egypt means bondage. This is the original Egypt. And we haven't been freed from bondage. There were many Moses that came along. Many Moses that came along to take our people out of bondage. But they went right back into bondage because they just don't seem to get it. Okay? Now here I am again. Another Moses of this time. Another Noah of this time. Now some of you may laugh, but it's okay though. Because even they were ridiculed. All right? Because the story is all allegorical. It's all allegory. You may be a Moses. You may be a Noah as well. You may be one of the Christ as well. I just know who I am. And I know my purpose. All right? All right then. But anyway, Y'all enjoy the rest of your sunrest, man. Thank you for being a part of this build. All right. My email is in the link below. For those of you who want to reach out, feel free to reach out. If you don't, it's still cool. It's all love. All right. When the ancestors, motivate me to do another video, I'll do another video. I'll do another live. But in the meantime, I'm doing what the work that I was sent to do. I'm doing it behind the scenes. All right. I'm setting things up. I'm putting things together. And that's my purpose. So for all you so-called illegal aliens, all the countries that I mentioned, if you're a so-called black man or so-called woman, just know that you are not illegal in the United States. You are not illegal. This is our homeland. This is all our motherland. No doubt, Brother Ralph, no doubt. All right. So we got some work to do, because all we have to do, like I said before, is enough of us come together. Enough of us come together and step up. That's it. Because we gave these immigrants, we gave these foreigners a certain time period to rule, and their time has been up. We don't realize that. But we cannot get back on the throne being black people, because black means dead in law. It means saliviter matus, be lack. You cannot be lacking and be on the throne. You cannot do that. It's not going to happen. Nature is going to fight back against you. Okay? It's not going to happen. We have to do it as our original selves. And here's something a lot of you egotistical men aren't going to like. We have to have our matriarchs with us. It cannot be a patriotic thing. The patriotic thing is not our culture. It is not our culture. And like I told y'all before, okay, the men took the names of the women. The children took the name of the women, because everything was passed down through the mother. Y'all gonna learn. So for all of you that's egotistical and the woman gotta follow you, and the woman ain't gotta follow nobody. Okay? There has to be a sense of equilibrium. However, she has to be right beside us on the throne as the matriarch. They made an attempt to try to put Kamala in there, but nature wasn't going to allow that. Our ancestors was not going to allow that, because she would have been detrimental. She's not that woman that has to be on the throne as the matriarch. So somebody's looking out for a steal. All right? All right then. So just know that we have work to do. We, the so-called black people of the Americas, all over the Americas, we have to unite. All right? Big up, Empress. Big up, big up, big up. All right? Big up. So just know that me personally, I'm looking for all our righteous matriarchs. Send me an email. Okay? Because you are the ones that's really going to bring the sympathy and the empathy and the grace that we need from the ancestors and Mother Nature. Because if we, the men, think that we are the ones that's going to do it, no, we are not. We are the strength. We are the physical aspect of her. But she's the one that's going to bring the love. That's why they have to try so hard to masculinate our women, turn them into thugs and let them think they're men. You feel me? Bring to because they know that the feminine energy has to come back and bring the balance. They know that. So what they did was they confused our people. Let the men think, because what it was, you see, when you are a master of self and you're in tune, you see, even I had to make the shift. of embracing my femininity, but not to the point where I had to take it to become a woman or to go mess with men. You see, you had to have your disciples have to be in place to know exactly what that means. But because a lot of these brothers, they didn't know what it meant, and they was not in control of self, that energy, the system used that energy to take them over the edge, to make them think that they're women, wearing panties and walking in high heels and trying to be women. That's not what the feminine energy was about, but they confused them. You feel me? And then they tricked the women into trying to be men. You think the enemy is the enemy is they're on point. They know their role. You see, Judas know his role. All right? What it is, Supreme Health. So the point I'm making is, as men, the warriors, we are supposed to embrace our femininity in our women and allow them to be back on the throne as the matriarchs. Okay? It's only when they started bringing the patriarchal system and they were giving the children and the women the name of the men, we lost our umbilical cord to our indigenous identity, to our birthright. Because our mothers took the name of men, particularly those black devils that came here in 1492. They knew exactly what they were doing. So what they did was they came and took our women's name. And that gave them allodial titles to the land. And when they did that, they changed their name and then gave their names to our women and children. And that was the trick, and that's how it happened. Well, Chief, how do you know? Well, because the ancestors showed me. What's in the name? All right, man. I think I gave y'all enough. I gave y'all enough tonight. But for all my matriarchs, my email, reach out to me. I already got things set up. And a lot of people ain't got no patience. A lot of people want things to happen overnight. They think the grass is greener on the other side. Hey, listen, I wish y'all all the best. But one thing I know, y'all got to come back home. You feel me? Got to come back home. So we got work to do, all right? I love y'all, man. I really do. And I spend every day hours and hours and hours behind that computer working on things, putting things together, building that security for my people. Now, I'm not saying I'm the only one doing it, but I know I'm doing it. And whoever I'm supposed to link up with, I will. I will. But got some great things in the works. All right. So I've been on here for 53 minutes. I don't want to seem a little bit redundant, and I'm just talking. I don't want to leave y'all right now, but I'm just going to conclude this live. And thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of this build. You know what I'm saying? And let me give a shout out to Brother Samuel, my brother Corey, Chief Blackhawk. Big up yourself. Tamika, big up yourself. American American Indian, big up yourself. Romero, big up yourself. Jarrell Clement, my brother, big up yourself. My brother Robert, Henry Scott. Who else we got on here? Derek, big up yourself. Tawana, big up yourself. Terry Rocket, big up yourself, my brother. Always on that grind, putting in that work. I respect it, my brother. I see you. Trust me, I see you. Who do we have on YouTube? Let me see who else we got on YouTube. Brother Lee. All right. Lee, big up yourself. Durrell's 93. I gave you a shout out already, but giving you another one. Who else we got? Self-preservation. Big up yourself. Who else do we have? Just want to make sure I give everybody a little shout out. You know what I mean? Because I love y'all being here. My brother Ralph, big up yourself. Who else? Of course, God is Empress Everlasting Waters. That's one of the matriarchs in our nation. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. Supreme Health, what it is, what it is, what it is. All right. So yeah, man, I give everybody a little shout out. All right. So continue to be good to each other, man. Continue to love each other, and loving your brother and loving your sister. It doesn't mean that you are soft. It doesn't mean that you're a punk. No, love is a beautiful thing. You see, love is hard, but yet still love is so tender. You feel me? That's the beauty about love. Love is flexible, because I could love you and still whoop your ass and love you. You know what I mean? And after I whoop your ass, I could come back and embrace you. That's true love. So when I come on here and I give the message, it may seem a little bit harsh. It may seem like I'm tough. I'm rough on the people. That is because I love you, man. Real talk. So that's how we're supposed to love each other, treat each other, be real with each other. Stop with the fake shit. Be real. You could only be yourself, man. So just be real. That's it. All right. Brother Terry, man, you got to reach out to me, man. Let's do this. I got everything in place, King. I got everything in place. So like I said, it's going to take a few of us to step up on the scene. But I'm not going to step up on the scene by myself. No, because I'm not trying to be a martyr for anybody. That's not my purpose. My purpose is I'm talking about since 2012, a lady, I did a video, right? True story. I did a video, and then she was listening to the video, and her grandmother was in the background, and she said, "Who's that, Chief?" That was about 2012. And the daughter said, "Yes, Grandma, that's Chief." She said, "Listen." And the daughter told me that. She called me and told me. She sent me an email. I spoke to her. I spoke to the grandmother. And she said, "I see you talking to the Pope about our people. I see you doing big things for our people." And that was in 2012. So that's another reason why I've been so focused and so true to the message, so true to the mission. I haven't diverted. If you go back and check all my videos, I've been on point. I stay focused. I don't get distracted, because I came for one reason, and that is to restore our birthright. That's it. To restore our identity as the true and only Americans. They know this. The real immigrants know this. They know. That's why they refuse to call the United States the United States. They want to keep calling it America. It's not. And you see, we have to start denouncing that. Why? Because the power of words is in the tongue. If we continue to denounce the United States as being America, you'll see how fast it's going to fall. But we keep playing with these games. We keep playing the illusion. We keep supporting the illusion with our words. We give it life. We give it power. We are the ones that's keeping the beast alive. The beast has no power unless you give it the power. We have to start denouncing that. We have to start denouncing all of them, so we could gain back our rightful place and bring back order. We're the only ones could do that. The lower self cannot control the higher self anymore. That time is done. It was supposed to happen for a reason and a season. And the reason, it has already been manifested. And the season is nigh. It's over. It's done. Their time is done. And when I say there, I'm talking about the system. It has nothing to do with color, because the people that's truly running it, they look like you and I. We just don't know it. Trump, Biden, all of them, they're just the gatekeepers. How come you don't hear nothing about the Black Caucus no more? Because they are the real power. These bastards. You think I don't know what I'm talking about? They are true descendants of the black Europeans that came here in 1492. With all their sororities and all their Alpha, Beta, and fighter, whatever you call them. They are descendants of the original Europeans that came here. Harriet Tubman was a Stuart. She was real. She was a direct lineage of King James. And the 70 people that she freed on the Underground Railroad, that was her lineage. That was royalty they took to Canada. You feel me? So if we don't step up, we are going to see some natural disasters, like I said before, whether it's man-made or not. They're going to flood us out. Okay? I'm telling you, they're going to flood us out. They're going to bring hurricanes. They're going to bring storms. They're going to bring famine. They're going to bring this other pandemics. Because you are a stiff-necked people. Something inside of you is just rebellious against the true nature of the righteous God. And you want to keep following the illusions and chasing materialistic things. We don't have to chase materialistic things because why? From the very beginning, the covenant was have dominion, be fruitful and multiply. Because we are made in the likeness and image of our ancestors. And they say, be fruitful and multiply, man. That was it, period. That's all we had to do. Just have dominion over the earth. And every time you see a woman, she's going to get some. Every time she see you, you're going to get some. Because all we have to do was be fruitful and multiply. Every day we was boning. You know what I'm saying? That was the covenant. That's it. And we was walking around butt naked. So you know she was always ready. But it was for procreation purposes. We had so much discipline. We had so much control. Until it had to become demonized. You feel me? And then they brought in their control in terms of, you know, what you call, what's her name? Margaret Sanger, or whatever her name was. I think it was Margaret Sanger, you know, talking about the birth control and the abort and all these different things. Because they knew exactly what they were doing. Because our women and men, that's why one family would have, the further we go back, and I'm not even talking about antiquity, I'm talking about in the 60s and the 70s and the 50s. Grandmama would have 10, 11 children. My grandmother had 11 children. 11. Her mother had about the same. Because they knew the message. Be fruitful and multiply. That was the beauty of life, and have dominion. Now you have women running around here talking about they don't want to have children. Violating the first command. Y'all bugging, man. Y'all bugging. Okay? They're teaching our people not to procreate, not to love each other, but this so-called, you know, Jews, they be having 6, 7 children. Oh, I wonder why is that? How come they don't have this planned abortion thing for them? How come they don't have this planned parenthood for them? Why it's for us? If the economy is so bad, and the economy is so bad, Why is the Jews building all over New York? Every little corner a building is going up. Just last week in Manhattan, some scaffolds fell and literally almost killed 6 people because they got scaffolds all over the place. I'm telling you, these people are a curse, and they're bringing their curse on our people. If you don't know their history, go read my book, Genesis to Reevaluation, the first one. And if we don't step up and stop all this madness that's happening on our land, we are going to pay the price. We are going to perish with everybody else because nature is not going to differentiate. All right? Nature is not going to differentiate. Because when nature comes, she's coming with a vengeance. She's tired. And you know how I know she's tired? Because our women are tired. And I'm not talking about the ones who are distracted on Facebook all day that just want to show ass and post a lot of bullshit. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones that's aware, the righteous ones. They are tired, and Mother Earth is reacting. They are getting mad, they're getting upset, and Mother Earth is reacting. And that's why all of this is going to start happening. The earth is going to get hotter. And even some so-called black people won't even be able to stand it. Okay? I'm telling y'all, because they themselves are going to burn. They're going to burn because their hearts aren't right. Their spirits aren't right. Their souls aren't right. So even so-called black people, you're going to burn from the sun, even if you're actually a child of the sun. The sun is going to deactivate you instead of activating you because your heart ain't right. How long have I been talking about we need to stop supporting all this detrimental music to our people, all the low vibrational music? Why aren't we coming together, calling radio stations, calling BET? Why aren't we playing our part? Every time I look on Facebook, it's glorifying a song that's degrading. It's glorifying a rapper that's degrading. Oh, no. Let them perish. The seeds that you plant is the fruits that you're going to sow. So if you're out here preaching, killing our people, I don't care about you. Die. Perish. Vanish. Vamoose. Go. You are working for Satan, the adversary. And I don't care what happened to you. Period. We got to stop loving and advocating evil, destructive ways. We have to stop that, man. And promoting these things. We are the ones that's keeping it alive because we know better and we are not doing better. It's tough love, but I just got to give it to y'all the way I'm supposed to. Okay? Oh, yeah, Brother Ralph, they can't stop global warming, no matter what they do. Like I said before, in the video I did last night or night before, in the trumpet video, I talk about Joe Biden, that devil, going into the Amazon, talking about global warming. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking? Where you going, bro? Global warming, what? What are you talking about? These people are demons, man. It's time for the gods to rise, man. It's time. We don't need everybody, fam. We don't need everybody. Each one will bring one. That's how we build this. Each one bring one. It cannot be a community of 1 people, 2 people, 20 people. No, it's going to be ineffective. And then you have people that come in the mix and they're so impatient. They think, well, you know what? Oh, something is better on the other side. Well, good luck with that, because you're going to run into the same issue. We have to stick it out. We have to stay the course. The Jews, I always talk about them because they've been together for a very long time. They move as a team. I'm talking about since in in 700 AD, in the 300s, they were always moving as a team. When they went into Rome, they moved as a team. So the whole history of the world, and I'm talking about when we go back into antiquity, they know their nature. So that's why they were persecuting them. That's why they were preventing them from coming into those countries. At one point, they were even banned from coming into the Americas. And then they started disguising themselves, changing their names to infiltrate, end up going into Canada. French trappers marrying our indigenous women, the Huguenots. Man, a lot of y'all don't know the history, man. You know? But it's over time, man. It's over time. But unity is key. Togetherness is key. Loving each other is key. Protecting each other is key. You feel me? When one individual is attacked, all individuals should respond. That's what we should be doing. And I gave y'all a story before that happened in 1993. Was it 93 or 96? And I told that story before. Right on Brooklyn Avenue, Brooklyn and Crown. That's where I used to live, on Brooklyn and Crown, and on New York Avenue, and on Empire Boulevard. For those of you who know New York, Empire Boulevard and the cross street was New York Avenue. There's a precinct. And I remember vividly, it was all over the news, that a young Jewish boy got arrested. Whatever he got arrested for, I don't know. That's irrelevant. But the bottom line is he got arrested in the precinct on Empire and New York Avenue. And I'm telling you, in less than 10 minutes, hear what I'm saying? In less than 10 minutes, they had over 300 Jewish men and women, mostly men, in front of the precinct. And in less than 15 minutes, they walked out with that boy. My mouth dropped, and that was in 1996. That's when I realized that who owned this system. That's when I realized who run this. That's when I really, really saw that community is it. Now what? Now, Corey, it happened on the precinct. I don't know if it was you said no sound. I don't know what happened to my sound. I mean, there is sound. I don't know. That's when I realized who run this. No, we got sound. We got sound. Okay. So now, well, maybe it's Crown and Franklin, but no, the precinct was on New York. The precinct was on New York. You might be talking about a different situation, but the one I'm talking about, it was on New York and Empire. Because I remember I was literally right up the block and I walked down when I seen the crowd. And that's exactly what was happening. So maybe you're talking about another situation on Crown and Franklin, but I was living on Crown and Brooklyn, and I heard the commotion on the next block, and me and my sister, we walked up to check it out. All right, and I could tell you another story that happened, I would say probably like about 10 years ago. Okay, a friend of mine, he was a police officer. Okay, he's still a police officer. All right, but he worked in the jurisdiction of where the Jews pretty much control things. I mean, of course they control all over, but I'm talking about in that neighborhood per se in Crown Heights, right? And that was right there on Kingston and Troy. All right. Now he told me the story because he used to look at my videos, so he know what I was about, right? So he told me the story, and I spoke about it on YouTube before. He arrested a young Jewish boy for smoking weed. Okay, when he arrested him, his sergeant asked him why he arrested the Jewish boy. He said because he was smoking weed in the streets. At that time, weed wasn't legal. All right. The sergeant told him, listen, you can't do that. You can't, don't do that again. All right. True story. 2 weeks later, okay, he arrested, I think, the same kid or another one for smoking weed again. The sergeant pulled him into his office. He said, what did I tell you? He said, well, sir, I got to do my job. I arrest the people that look like me for smoking in the streets. So I'm going to arrest any Jewish boy in the street for smoking weed. You know what they did? They took him and sent him to Coney Island. They couldn't fire him. They sent him to Coney Island to work. Y'all think this is a game, huh? Huh? Yeah, there's a little Italy in New York as well. Yeah, that's correct, Ralph. So the moral of the story is community. You see, when you have community, and how many times do I talk to you about this? Community, the ability to commune within a unit. That's what community means. And they have that. So I'm not mad at them. Okay? I'm mad at us for not doing what we're supposed to do. Where's our community? You see, we have neighborhoods. We want to fight over blocks. We want to fight over streets when we have an entire continent to fight for. None of us should be able to be touched in the streets by any foreigner. Period. Now, it doesn't mean that we should be touching each other now, unless it's, it's necessary, because that was the code, our code. That was our laws. We had laws. Okay? You violate, then you're going to get it. Okay? So I'm cool with that. But no foreigner should be able to bring us into their courts. Period. They are destroying our people. And that's where we are lacking, because we refuse to come together. I don't know what's in us that's making us feel like we cannot come together. I know what it is. All right? We have been so burnt. We have been abused so much by people who look like us that we don't know who to trust. And that's sad. But it is what it is. Because I tell you, when you're looking for the devil, sometimes you got to look in the mirror. And you'll see the devil looking right at you. Because the devil looked just like you. You did. But you have to learn how to shape shift, if I may, right? So that you could see the real ones and build with the real ones. Because you shall know the tree by its fruits. Study people. Even me. Like I told y'all before, study me. Go through all my videos, all of them, from the oldest ones you could find. And you'll realize that this man has always been on point, fighting for his people, standing up for his people. Now, if he's fake, then damn, he's good, because he's playing that role really well. I don't think anybody could play that role for so long. I don't think so. Nobody's such a good actor, not even Denzel. Because even Denzel is talking about he kissing dudes. You know what I'm saying? So, you get what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is this, man. We got to come together. So my email is in the link below. Each one, just bring one. Each one, just bring. That's how we're going to build this. And let's make this thing happen. Like I told y'all before, I already have everything in place. I know what to do. I just can't do it alone. I know 20 of us is not going to do it. 30 of us is not going to do it. We got to come in the thousands, but we don't necessarily have to come in, thousands at a time. But each one make an effort to bring one and come into the community. Let's build this. There's enough of us that know the truth. There's enough of us that are willing to stand. There's enough of us that's tired and sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we have gotten to the point where we have been beaten so much. The system cannot beat us anymore. Trust me, because we have been through everything. We have been through it all. So there's no other way but to go but up. Period. And once we have that type of attitude, that type of determination, I'm telling you, man, we are going to be unstoppable. And the anger all these gangs have towards each other, if we could just turn that into love for each other, we can't be touched. We can't be touched. All right? I know I went a little longer than I anticipated. I'm not going to apologize for that because I just felt it wasn't time to leave yet. All right? But I think I made my point and I gave some extras. Okay? So I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to continue to do what I was sent to do. All right? And like I said before, my email is in the link below. All right? Have yourself an amazing sun rest. All right? Take care of yourself. Take care of your mind. Take care of your soul. Take care of your body. Don't abuse your body with all these toxins that's out there with the foods and all. Nah. All right? I know things are getting a whole lot expensive and it's a little bit difficult to eat the right way. But work on it. Work on it. All right? Discipline. Because we have to start growing our own foods. You see, we live in a system that controls our food. They control our rent. We're not supposed to be paying rent. We're not supposed to be buying food. So once we could take care of those two things, we're not supposed to be doing those things, period. How do you come into my house? And I've already gave y'all this analogy, right? The metaphor, right? How do you come into my house as a guest? I invited you. I took care of you. I fed you. And then years later, you're going to tell me I got to pay you rent in my house? You're going to tell me that I can't touch what's in my refrigerator in my house? My brothers and sisters, that's what's happening to us. That's what's happening to us. We got strangers, foreigners in our home telling us what to do and what not to do, what to eat and what not to eat, what to learn and what not to learn. That's insane. And we don't see a problem with that? Huh? Exactly. You're right, Brother Ralph. Let me tell you something. I don't support, what's his name? Umar Johnson in no way, because to me he's an agent. That's just my opinion. Okay? But he said one thing one time. I have never seen a rabbit take its children to a lion to raise for the lion to raise it, or for it to be taught by a lion. Why are we taking our children to this system so the system could teach our children? And I agree with him on that. This system we shouldn't have no foreigners teaching our children, period, unless they are teaching them the truth. We are the ones who should set the curriculum to let them know what our children need to learn. It is all part of the programming. You go to school for 8 hours. They train you to go to school for 8 hours. Then they're training you to because you have to work for 8 hours. It's all part of a system. When to take a break. It is all part of the system. We got to detach from that. When they did the movie Get Out, I did a video, explain to you exactly what that meant. Look, we're here again. 2024, I'm still talking to y'all. Basically the same message, just a different delivery. Could the message always been the same, always been on point? All right. So I hope all the so-called illegal aliens, if you're so-called black and you're from anywhere of those countries that I spoke about, you could send me an email. I'll talk to you. Let you know what it means to be indigenous. And then we got to come together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those so-called illegal aliens, but you know what? I was once considered that. You feel me? Because I was born in Dominica. So I was not born in the United States. So I know what it feels like. And it's not a good feeling to feel alienated in your own land, to feel exiled in your own land. And that's what Martin Luther King said. The Negro is exiled in his own land. I know the feeling. And it's not a good feeling. I don't like it. So I'm going to stand for justice. I'm going to stand for what's right. I'm going to stand for my people. I know it's a heavy load. It's a weight to carry. But you know what, man? The ancestors, they're not going to give me anything I can't handle. It could bend me, but it's not going to break me. And one day I can't wait to look Trump or who, any one of them in their faces and say, listen, it's time for you to step down. The original Lord is here. You know what I mean? We are the original landlords. Let us step up and take our rightful place. I think I said enough. One love.